The fabric of our DNA is the foundation on which Slowly production is built. It's a space where designers, models can show off their craft. They can show who they are authentically, and that space is specifically for them to promote their business, to promote their brands. At that same time, doing it for a purpose beyond their own art. They're doing it to give back to the community. It's focused on Atlantic Scholarship Organization and raising awareness and funds for education and students that need support that are from marginalized communities. That particular fundraiser seals both organizations together as passion and purpose, or spirit and purpose, I guess, come together.
I started my fundraising by kind of mocking outfits, like more styling them. And we would kind of piece them together with, like safety pins and kind of temporarily hold them into place. They weren't actually completed outfits. So this was the first outfit I ever made when I taught myself how to sew. So actually my mother got me familiar with the sewing machine in our dining room, and this is the creation we made. And it was her curtains when I was 4 years old. I remember these hanging in her bedroom. Yeah.
John Michael is the designer of the Drunk Gurl collection. And his idea, the reason he named it Drunk Gurl, was because he wanted all the ladies to feel as good as they feel when they're a little drunk. So to always carry that confidence, it's not for alcohol purposes, it's for confidence purposes.
Back in my day, when I grew up in Cape Breton, I never thought that, creatives was an avenue I could go in. I didn't have any examples to go by to say hey, they're doing this and they're making a living doing this. I can do that too. I didn't have that. It's I didn't even know how to sew when I started. So I feel like I started later in life, and I often look back and I think hell, if I knew this brought me so much happiness and I had started early and knew how to do all these things, where would I have been today? And it's so sad that I missed that opportunity. And I don't regret it, because where I'm at now, I'm okay with that and everything is great. But, if somebody who's younger, if I can influence them to be, huge before they're 30, well then sure, why not? When given the opportunity to work with Salitha on this event, it always goes back to that fundraising, which I've always had a really, really, really deep passion for. If you can help somebody, why wouldn't you? So when she gave me this opportunity to come on board, I was like, hell yeah, this sounds like a blast, awesome. And to influence somebody else in that creative situation, of course, yeah, thrive, do you, and I hope I can help you, accomplish all the things you want to do, and maybe in turn, down the road after whoever we give the scholarship to, gets their education and develops their skills, in 10 years' time, they might remember that and be like, hey, those people helped me. I'm gonna help the next generation. I'm gonna help that on. And it becomes this, pass the torch, kind of influencing the next person, helping each other out, giving each other a hand up.
John Michael's fashion is really glamorous, lots of glitter, sparkly. Everything has some sort of movement, mostly very, very short. The man likes his short hemlines, let me tell you. But his stuff is gorgeous, and every time you put something from him on, you feel like you're ready to go, you're ready to party. It makes you feel really good to be in his clothing.
The dress that we're modeling today is actually handmade, and it's done with rhinestones. There's over 2,000 rhinestones on the dress, I believe. During wave 2, I just thought, I have a lot of time right now on my hands, so let's keep them busy. And I ordered them. They came in, and I just started, one at a time, placing them on. I started the project, and And then Soli gave me a call and she's like, hey, we have this event. Are you ready? It's in a couple weeks. And I had maybe like the top part of this dress done. And I thought, oh my God, I was like, there's no way I would ever get this finished in time for the event. But there was also no way I couldn't. I was like, this will be it. This is the perfect time to launch this outfit. So, man, I just like went down. It looks amazing. It fits Shivani to a T. Like the dress, I actually did not know Shivani when I made the dress, but when she tried it on, it was like made for her. It fit her so perfectly, and she looks so stunning in it. It's amazing. I'm so happy with it.
I'll get you to look down at the sandbags there, so that's good. Down a little bit. Okay, I'll show you.
Oh yeah. I didn't start doing clothes or doing any kind of artistic work till later on in life because I knew that that financial factor was key. So to be able to supply a child with that from the get-go is that's huge. That's going to change someone's life path right away, right? You're supporting a really great cause, and you know, it's important. The first time I ever met Soli, I thought she was a model. I was like, okay, I need her a part of my brand somehow because she's radiant. And I thought, okay, how am I gonna get her on board? And I sat in a meeting and I said, this is what I've been thinking about for the last year. And her and her team were just like, let's do it.
When he started going, you know, I want to do this and I want to do that, and I thought, yes, yes, yes. Like, for me, I could just see the explosion.
And that's all I really heard. I was like, what do you think of this? And they're like, done. It's like, well, what do you think about this? They're like, okay. And I was like, well, then what else can I throw at you right now? Like, let's just let it rain diamonds. Like it was awesome.
He kept going on about his vision, and it was getting bigger and elaborate, and I was just, yep, you don't know who you're talking to, because I'm right here with you, and I'll blow it up a little bit more too. So for me, that was the moment I knew, yeah, I found my match as well. I found another match.
20 years. This is over 20 years ago.
John Michael is the designer of the Drunk Gurl collection. His show was so exciting. That had a couple locations. He rented a room at one of the local hotels downtown. We got everyone ready there.
Welcome. How are you? It's so good to see you. Thank you for coming.
And he had everything lined up, and it just, you know, he's super organized. That's John Michael.
So we did the fitting. You know what you're wearing. I left the outfits the same. I do want to kind of adjust these so they fit you a little bit more perfect. Sure. And they're just right here for when you're ready. So this will be, because this one, I wanted to fit it a little bit better around here for you. Mm-hmm. This is your dancing outfit for the dance floor, which we have hide and seek. I'm so excited for this. So excited. And then your last outfit, which is my personal favorite.
This one is
the glitter sweatpants.
yes.
With the pop top. They are so cozy too.
I need that.
Hey, the dance floor, hide and seek. I like how you got the hide and seek dance.
All her. Hi, I know you go to the gym all the time.
I see
So
this, see that.
I was like, I'm just gonna cut the size right out of it.
Yeah,
It's a small.
I'll pop.
Big. And then this is, so that's what you guys are gonna wear at the club.
Okay.
And then Ty, I was just gonna put you in a gray with the black on black.
Ooh, I like that.
So super simple, because I was like, we're gonna turn it up later. I don't want to start too loud with the guys, because I want this to be more like, less of a runway, more like a music video.
Right.
A lot was happening around John Michael's shoot, dealing with, you know, everything happening back in my home country, St. Vincent. We were watching the volcano, La Soufrière. She was set to blow anytime, and it so happened that the eruption happened right around when he was supposed to film. I was thinking, should we not do it? I don't want to go. I don't know what's happening back home. But for me, I wanted to do it. The uncertainty of home, and this is something I could control, and it wasn't fair to everybody else around me is what I was thinking as well. So put on my brave face and went down there. Cindy knew, the other models didn't know. John Michael didn't know.
When I travel is when I buy my fabrics. So I'm kind of taking a piece of my adventures and my journeys home with me to incorporate into my next collections. It was right before the pandemic. This probably was my biggest trip. I did the Virgin Islands. I went to the Caribbean and we kind of hopped to the islands, and there was a magical little store. You walk into this little room and there was this sweet little lady working in there, and it was like you walked into her house and she was like, come in, and she's bringing us in, and we're walking around, and it was like, literally, it was like, my living room is bigger than this little store was, but the amount of fabric they had jammed in there, it was like ceiling to floor, just stacked. And the one I had picked that was probably my favorite, it reminded me of moons. So it was like this black chiffon fabric, and all these circles, they were different sizes, like some of them looked like half moons, some of them looked like full moons. I was like, this is gorgeous. So it was definitely, I had to walk out of that store with that. And I did. And I got home and I made it into a floor-length skirt. The model was wearing it.
And I was like, oh my God, I love that. And he just said, oh, I got that in a little shop in St. Vincent.
And I had not known that's where she was from. At the time, I had no idea. Like, we were still pretty new friendship.
And when he said it, the waterworks just started, and I was like, what are the chances?
So that, and who's wearing the other one?
It's no one at this point, but we can put it on anyone. I have it here. I put it in Fashion Week last year. Did you want to wear it? Okay. There's your outfit for today.
I know exactly where he would have gone to get stuff like fabric, and him making that beautiful skirt out of it. It just stopped me in the moment.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, babe. Oh, gosh. Man, it all just kind of came full circle. And it's almost like I had a little piece of her home in my back pocket when I met her. And then our friendship evolved, and of course it meant so much to her, and it meant just as much to me, to the fact like she had done this huge, big, awesome project for me to make, like, you know, really like a dream of a brand to come true, to have a Drunk Gurl video done.
I have a strong belief that all things are put in your path for a very specific reason, and all people are put in your path for a very specific reason. And it might not come to fruition right away, but eventually it just, like that moment and things like that, it's kind of surreal that that happened, because we were all going through kind of a lot, you know? And to have him there just with this fabric from St. Vincent, like, are you serious? Like, how did this happen? But it was a special place for him that he loved traveling to, so, and we just had no idea.
It was a moment. It really, like, goosebump moment. And to be like, hey, like, actually, there's a piece of you in this video too. I mean, there's many pieces of her in that video. Many. But to be like something from her hometown there too, that video is not a Drunk Gurl video. It's a solely talent, Solitha John Michael Drunk Gurl video. Like, it's all of us is in there. So the fact that the fabric is there too, like, we didn't even have to try to put our pieces in the video. They all naturally just, they were all there. And that's when magic happens, when you're with the right people. When you get the right people beside you, that's what happens. That's how it goes. I got goosebumps. A lot of the times when I work on projects, I just go for it. And I'm like, this is how amazing and fantastic it's gonna be. And then I'll get a lot of people that are like, okay, just take it back. Why don't we do it this way? Why don't we do it this way? Try it this way. But not Salitha. She was like, hell yeah. Like, I'm gonna book the bar. So I got to go like crazy, and I was like, what if we told a story? And what if we made like this little mini movie of drunk girls going out in Halifax? First it was walking to the bar, then it was at the bar, and then it was, of course, Halifax famous pizza corner after the bar. So, you know, I kind of came up with this story, and Salitha was just like, yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
All set.
This show was crazy. It had multiple locations. It was hilarious. Because John Michael's like, we go get ready. We hang out in the line up to the bar. Then we're in the bar. We hit the dance floor. Then we go to Pizza Corner. So that's what we did.
We work hard. You have to play hard. You need to go out, you need to dance, you need to be a friend. Whatever it is that you do to blow off steam, you need to just let loose and have fun. And that's what the brand is all about, is kind of embracing that, you know, it's Friday. You know, put the stress away. Let's just have fun.
We hang out in the streets, walking, basically the model version of walking to the bar. One of our models DJs, and he was saying that he could get us into hide and seek. And well, we were really excited about that because that place is cool. It's really like funky like our models. So we got into there and it was crazy. Everything was so sparkly. So on the dance floor, it just looked like everybody was glowing and lit up, and it looked like a real party. It was a really, really great night because none of us had been able to go dancing or to a bar in so long because of COVID having everything shut down. So it was literally a blast. Even if you weren't on the dance floor, if you were in the room, you were dancing, and it was just super fun.
You know, I had a friend in the video. She used to party with me back in the day. She was like the original drunk girl. And she looks at me, she goes, can you imagine that we're here right now? She's like, you literally started with safety pinning your curtains on me and like applying glitter glue. She's like, and 10 years later, every single person is wearing something you made. We're fundraising money for a kid to study to do this. She's like, and this started with us going to the Dome in glitter glue t-shirts. She's like, take a minute and look around. And when we were filming the scene at the bar, it was crazy to be in a bar and every single person be wearing your clothes. Like, that was a moment for me when we were all on the dance floor, because I mean, that's where it started, was on the dance floor. But to be on the dance floor surrounded by all these models who look amazing and be like, well, damn, I dressed them all. Like, that was a moment for me that I had never had before, and that was something, that was a moment with me and my brand where I realized, like, I love this. Like, it brings me happiness. And that moment served me that. That's when, that was a realization of like, damn. Like,
We always end up at the end of every great night out in Halifax at Pizza Corner, because you got to cover up that booze with some grease. We had models walking through where you would sit, like through the tables and chairs, model walking out the door.
When you get those people who get you and get your vision and treat you right, the opportunities are gonna happen, it's gonna follow through. And Salitha is a prime example. You know, she gets the vision, she gets me, and we have so much fun together. Like we go to town and we make fashion and we make the video shoots, we make the photo shoots. She gets it, she has the vision. When you're with the people that feel like your people, the vibe is just right. You feel comfortable. You know, you feel like you can dream big. You feel like you can say, you know, let's make a dress out of me, or let's, you know, film down the middle of Argyle Street. Let's shut down a bar and film there. And you allow yourself to dream big because you're in a comfortable creative zone. And that's what's important. So those moments, you know, follow the journey, trust the process, and things like that just happen. Go with it. Diamonds will be in the sky. It just happens. And when you get with the right people, that's how magic happens. And you find your people, hold them tight.